Hello, my name is Haley. This is my part two video submission for my dispositions. I'll start with a little bit about myself. This is the only grad class I've ever taken, and I recently got my bachelor's from Cal State Long Beach along with my credential. So I'm still in the process of going through induction and clearing my credential, and I'm currently teaching TK at a school in Anaheim with the Anaheim School District. So I think a lot of what I've learned this year is my first year of teaching. I can relate a lot to these questions. Question one, what dispositions do you possess that make you a successful teacher? Currently in a TK class, I think the biggest thing that I have learned that I am able to just be professional in is just patience. It's hard when they're really tiny and you have to really go back and model, like just even getting up out of your desk and walking over to the carpet and just all of the little things. I've learned a lot on just making sure we take our steps to really understand what we're doing, and just going back, and if things don't work out, to just not get frustrated, and it's okay. And yeah, I think just reminding myself that they've only been on this planet for 4 or 5 years, so it takes a lot of time to learn how to be successful in education from the student side as well. So I think patience is something professionally that I've really adapted to. I think something I could work on would probably just be to not have as high expectations for a lesson, or even just a day. Like sometimes at the end of the day I'll be like, whew, like that was a rough day, or maybe I lost my cool a little bit, or I got really frustrated, and it's really hard to kind of take a step back sometimes and recognize that it's my first year. I'm still learning, they're learning, we're all really learning. So it's something that I've really had to work on, is just being patient with myself as well, and understanding that things are going to go wrong, and that's okay because it's a learning process for everybody. I think a professional educator is someone, let's see, look like and how do they behave? Yes. I believe a professional educator is someone who holds themselves to a very high standard. You're not just working with coworkers, you're working with people's children, and that's their pride and joy. That's the best thing in their life. So you really want to be sure that you're taking your time to do the best that you can be, and make sure that you are as educated and experienced as you can be, and just putting your best foot forward. I think professional educators carry themselves very well. I think they're very responsible. I think being an educator as well, you have to really learn how to adapt to your class and then your environment, your community. I'm not from Anaheim. I'm from more of the East Bay of California, so coming down into that region, and just the way of life there is different. So I think just learning, being adaptable, and just being able to kind of interact with your community based on what they need is extremely important. So I think a lot of those standards that have to do with reflecting into your community and making sure that you are socially, economically kind of understanding where you are and what is expected of you. I think that's really important so that you can put your best foot forward. You don't want to, pretend like you're somewhere else, or, teaching changes to what the children need, and what you need to provide for them could be different from school to school, district to district, even class to class, or child to child. And I think learning to adapt your lessons towards that is really important as well. So yeah, I think it's been a great learning year. It's been a crazy experience, to say the least, but I'm having a lot of fun, and I loved being able to take this ethics quiz. And I think it's important to learn, but it's also important to one of the questions was ongoing, where it mentioned that our experiences in our education is ongoing, and we do want to be lifelong learners, and not just get your credential and be like, that's it, I know everything, because there's always more to learn, especially depending on where you are. And your actions can always improve, and you can always make yourself a better teacher. So I've really enjoyed starting this grad school program, especially because it's really opened my eyes to other ways to learn about being an educator. So I've really enjoyed it so far, and I really liked this assignment as well. So yeah, thank you for listening. Um, and yeah, and hopefully I will see you all again sometime soon.